Hi, I apologize for this not being in your packet, but it is a review. So just sit back, listen, go back into your memories. Okay, I'm going to ask you to find the rate of change or the slope from this story. So someone is doing jumping jacks, and the question is how many per minute? When I look at a graph, I try to find, like I've mentioned, two good points. By good points, I mean where the line crosses through the crosshair of the grid. So there is a good point, and here is a good point. Okay, there's many good points. Here's another good point. Down here, 0, 0 is a good point. It doesn't matter which 2 points you select. There are now a few ways to calculate the rates of change. We have been working with the change in y over the change in x. My first ordered pair is in 2 minutes. He can do, what is that? All right, sorry about that. Someone just banged on my door. Okay, so I was saying in 2 minutes, someone could do 90 jumping jacks. That's impressive. Or in 4 minutes, they could do 180. Okay, so the change in y over the change in x, negative 90 over negative 2. They do 45 jumping jacks a minute. Pretty impressive if they can maintain that. Another way to do this, as I introduced earlier, is you could just set up a quick table. X is always the independent variable. Time, it is on the x-axis down here. So I have 290 for 180. The change in y is 90. The change in x is 2. And I still get 44 jumping jacks a minute. All right. We could also just simply look right at the graph. I have no problem with that, especially if I have a graph on paper. You need to be very careful of the intervals. They're not counting by ones here. We're counting by halves, 30 seconds, or a half a minute, minute, 1.5, 2, 2.5 minutes. Now remember, it is rise over run. So it rises 3 rows, okay? When I look at the intervals, we're counting by here, 0, skip to 60, skip to 120. It is 0 to 30, to 90, etc. So we're counting by 30. So here would be 30, 60, 90 for my rise. Counting by halves here, I would have a half, 1, 1.5, 2. We should not be surprised by these numbers now. We have done that twice. And I still get 45 jumping jacks a minute. I hope that was a review. I talked fast. We're going to do a couple more.